Hello and welcome back to another video. So obviously I'm at the car garage and my plan today was to do some grinding, but I noticed quite a lot of the recent videos were pretty boring, me just welding, so I'm going to combine a few days together so it's at least a bit more content in there. But you can see the neighbour's weeds have overgrown loads and they're pretty much like consuming the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pop around there now and knock on his door and ask if I can cut them all back for him. And if he doesn't mind, I'll get one of those incinerator bins and burn them all for him. Shouldn't have a problem because I'm doing him a favour, but you always got to check and ask first, because the neighbour behind me on the other side did not like it one bit when I turn up with another car. But obviously I rent both the spaces, I can kind of do that. But yeah, we'll go around and speak to him now. I probably won't record it because that's just invasion of him and it's not fair. But I'll come back with a verdict on seeing what he says. So there was no answer. I knocked twice, but I'll just come back later. But what I can do is I can start getting rid of these ones that are obviously over and against the car, just clear off a bit, and then I can speak to him about sorting this out for him. Obviously I won't charge, but it's nice to get it gone because then it doesn't grow onto the car and I can burn it all for him. It's just a nice thing to do, I guess, because these things can take over and you just don't have the time to do it. So I can understand it, but if I can clear his garden for him, it makes some video content and it's a nice thing to do. But yeah, I'll try and get hold of him another day. I also grabbed some new welding gloves so I don't have to worry about my hands burning, and these will be perfect for removing these thorns. I think I'll probably grab a thorn and go straight through, but we'll see what happens. Right, I'm going to show you that the thorns, or nettles, I don't know what they are, thorns, nettles, same thing, but they've started growing inside my wheel arch, so we're going to get them out of there. Right, so we've chopped the leaves back and we finally can see the edge of the car again. This is the sill that I've already done. Got some new wings to go on it anyway, they're just hidden in that car. I've just got to quickly clear all of the seeds out of my shoes, otherwise I'll have stinging nettles growing out my socks. And now we're going to do some welding and some grinding. So I'll check back in with you when I've got it all set up. I'm over there next to the car. Right, so we've just had a downpour of rain, so I'm going to set some sort of cover up quickly and then dry the car so at least I can grind in the rain. I don't really want to weld, but we'll see how it goes. Walk straight into the camera then, but that'll do. Got a bit of a canopy. Hopefully I can still open the door. Nice. I'm gonna get set up with the welder and stuff. This is what we got. We got some cardboard down. My new home. Got a little shower. Dry the car off and probably start with some grinding. The shower should work. The canopy did just fall on me, or the wood fell off, so I'm a bit precautious. I might go and get my bike and helmet and put that on. But what I find funny is because I'm here working on my cars, people always stop me and ask if I'm a mechanic. Like some guy just stopped and asked if I'd do his clutch for him. Does it look like I'm a professional garage? Like, no, I'm just an odd jobs guy just having fun working on my own cars. And the moment you start working on other people's cars, there's money and there's pressure and there's expectations, and I don't want that. Like, if I fuck my own car up, it doesn't matter. Let's get on with this. Got power. Apparently my Dremel was already switched on, so we'll turn that off. That's a bit sketchy. Open the door and hopefully it doesn't fall on me. So I've got my Dremel. I got a bit distracted when I was finding it, but I couldn't find any more Dremel bits. We'll see how long this lasts, and I might go on an adventure to find some. But I should mostly need the grinder for this section. But we've got a sanding disc on there. Doesn't say what grit it is. 40 grit. But I got these in bulk. It's quite a good idea buying them in bulk, so I have like 40 of them. Right, I'll clean this up. I won't show too much of it because I want it to make these videos a bit more entertaining. Right, so let me just show you. We've smoothed it all down quite nicely. It's looking good. Obviously it's still quite patchy, so I'm going to weld it again, fill all the blanks, do more layers. Certain bits need more welding. This bit fell out, which I said it might happen in the next video. So I might try and patch it, or I'll come in from the other side. but I need to fill all of this in. But yeah, progress, it's good. Every time this thing flaps, I worry the wood's going to come down on me again. I've welded quite far down, I just got to do this little section here. The funny thing is, I want to get like close shots of the welding, but the closer the camera is, you can see how bad the welding actually is, and I'll probably just get haters, so yeah. What I've done is, I've done all this, I've re-welded it over again, so I'll go along with the grinder. It does look nasty, but I say trust the process, but it's just still nasty. This bit, it keeps burning through, so I reckon when I grind this down it's just going to fall out, and I had this problem on the other side as well, so I'm going to need to make like a little infill and cut it out, I think, but we'll see what happens. So you can see I've grinded half of it off, and for the most part, obviously some bits have fallen out and will need to be reinforced. This is where this doesn't have the panel bit behind, so obviously the metal's quite thin, it's got nothing to bond to, and it just keeps burning through, so that's a bit annoying. And obviously you can see it starts there, but for the most part this bit is all solid, so obviously I need a bit of a touch up and whatnot to fill all the little gaps, but yeah, no, it's looking good once it's grinded down. Just going to finish it all off and then I'll check back in. So I've cleaned all of this up, and for the most part it all looks pretty good. So I'm going to fill this bit in, but yeah, all of this looks pretty good. It's going to need little touches up, like this bit here and the bit where I went too much, but yeah, it's looking good. I'm going to stop with this bit for now because I'm consuming way too much time on it, and I'm probably going to come back another day because I've spent quite a few hours here and I'm pretty tired. But what I'm going to do next time is get the Dremel out and attack the inside of the door, and then I need to jack it up and start doing the front section. I just need someone to help me put the door back on once I take it off, because I've never put a door on my own. I don't think it'd be easy. I might end up doing it on my own though somehow. But yeah, I don't know why I paused so long there, but I'll catch you tomorrow. It will still be the same video because otherwise it's going to be boring me welding and grinding and welding and grinding. So it's the next day now. I did my grinding and welding yesterday. We got the edge looking quite nice. Today I've picked up some pallets. I've got 3 pallets there. What I'm going to do is break them down, and we're going to make some wheel blocks so that when I jack the car up I can just slide them underneath and not worry about axle stands falling over, especially while it's quite rusty. I'd rather just have some blocks underneath the wheels, and that way, yeah, at least I know, like, if I take one wheel off, the other 3 are going to be fine. So it's a new day. I've broke down one of the pallets, so I've got a stack of wood there. This pallet just kept breaking when I was breaking it down, so I just stopped with those. I've got enough wood. What the plan is, oh god, tripped over my tripod. What the plan is now is to jack this car up in a way that I can leave it up, because where it's not got the gearbox connected, if I leave it up, I don't want to leave the brace on it, so I'm going to use the pallets to go underneath it and make some sort of brace to go under the wheels. But yeah, I'm going to get on with that. I've also got to quickly pump the tyre up, because where it's got a puncture I can't actually get the jack under the car, so I'll quickly do that, and yeah. So I've just been putting the engine brace on. I'm having a right nightmare with the hooks. I took one off and I realised there's one on the other side, so I put the other one back on. And I realised the one on the other side's not in the right place, so I'm taking it off again. So I'm just going to move the camera closer. For anyone who doesn't know, that's where you hook it to. There's a little like hook on your engine. That's where I'm going to hook it to. So this side we've got it connected up. We've got like a D-ring going through the engine, and there's 2 bits of chain on there. I looped it back on itself, so if one snaps, it's got another as a fail-safe. And then same again up here, we've got the D-ring, and then there's 1 chain there, 1 chain there, so that should be good. I can't lie, it's feeling a bit unstable, but I'll just be careful. And I'm going to whack some air on the tyre, jack it up, and hopefully the engine should come up with the car. This is what I've made. I've made like a wooden block. It was supposed to be for under one of the wheels, but I don't think it's going to be wide enough, so it might topple over. So I'm going to see if it will fit anywhere on the top of the pallet under the engine. And then the next one I make, I'll make it slightly bigger, because then I can put some like blocks on the end to stop the wheel moving, and then some wider feet on it. But quick little bit of fun. I like making things out of wood. It is fun. What we're going to do, we're going to put a few more layers on it, so hopefully it sits on that bit under the gearbox at the end. So I've made this to sit under the back wheel. It's gross how much I'm sweating. But yeah, I'm going to chuck this under the back wheel, see if it needs to go any bigger. We've now got the engine sat on the pallet with a few different blocks. Managed to chock it out. This one's on an A-frame, and then the back wheel's on another wooden stand. But this means I can then take this wheel off to access the gearbox to try and do that welding. Because it is extremely hot, and you can probably just see the sweat dripping off me, like I'm so shiny. This is gross. I'm going to take a 15-minute break, just chill in the shade for a minute, and then I'm going to take this brace off. And yeah, I'll probably drill the holes out underneath the sill so I can attach it on the bottom with spot welds. So I've had a break. I'm just going to take the engine brace off and see if it sits on the pallet, and I'm going to grab a drill and drill out the bottom of the sill. So I've just gone through and put loads of holes in this bit. They don't usually have holes in them, and this bit's not usually tack welded, but it's just another way of keeping it up there, and then I'll weld along the bottom edge. But the back of these, I'll try and show you. Take here for example, it's all like bent away. I don't know if you can see that, but it's covering it. Try and get closer. But yeah, all of this bit is bent up, so I need to like bring it down and then give me a surface to weld along. And like even here it's all a bit bent, so I just need to like whack it back and flatten it all so it's all nice. And then if it doesn't flatten back, I'll have to cut it out and replace it with some other bits of metal, which I don't really want to do, but I did that on the other side. So the sill is sitting much closer now, so that when I close that gap, it'll be a bit easier. I can hammer it in and know when it's all in line, because that's where it should be. Ish. So I've clamped this section, and you can see this bit is quite close to the bit on the back, to where the car chassis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some spot welds in these ones that are all clamped, and then I can move the clamps along. What I'm going to quickly do actually is put a set of mole grips on it, so that at least I've got another tack so it holds it a bit better. But yeah, I'll quickly do that and then we'll weld it.
Yeah, I caught my finger in it. That's clamped on there, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spot welds, and hopefully that will hold that in position. Right, got the welder set up. I'm wearing shorts, so this might not be my best idea, but I'll keep my legs out of the way. And yeah, we're just gonna tack those bits on that I showed you. So I've just welded these. I couldn't get the settings right. They look really bad, like all my other welding, but it might hold, might not. We're just gonna release like one clamp here, move it down and so on, so I can get it all pulled in. I'm gonna quickly do the middle hole that I couldn't get to because the clamp was in the way before I move it. It's held, which is good news. Yeah, just going to pop the clamps off. I've welded in here. I'll pop this clamp off and weld behind it. But yeah, this should hold it on there hopefully. Let's see. Right, good news, it's all held. You can see this edge is all held together. So I'm going to call it there on this video because there's quite a few bits of content, obviously the bits of welding, grinding and breaking down the pallets, making the wood, and then just welding that and drilling it out. I'm going to edit the video there, upload it, and we'll continue in the next video where we left off. I'm trying to make more content, but hopefully give it like 2 months or so I should have this car on the road. And yeah, I've got some big things for this coming, which will be fun. But I just got to get there first, got to do the basic stuff, get it running right, and then you can start tweaking it. But thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, even drop a comment, because I don't really get many comments on the videos. As long as it's not abuse, I don't really mind. But yeah, it's good to interact with people. But yeah, once again, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.